Hallo und herzlich willkommen zu einer neuen Folge von Mass Effect Andromeda, Direktor 10.
Ryder, you're off to a promising start. I meant what I said. You are a symbol now of hope, that things will get better. Though I worry about this terraforming network. What do we really know about it?
It's like nothing we've ever seen. It's clear somebody had big plans for this cluster.
But who?
Not sure yet, but at least we're on the trail.
Did you have some other business?
Die Mordanklage Nilken.
Director, I checked out that murder. Nilken didn't do it, but there's proof that he meant to.
This is unfortunate. We're trying to give the people a sense of stability, leadership they think they can count on. And we're setting precedent for justice here in Andromeda. Now this, a convicted murderer who didn't commit the murder.
Gerechtigkeit ist kompliziert.
These things are almost never black and white.
I know. If we suppress the evidence and uphold the conviction, we're banishing a man for a crime he technically didn't commit. If we throw the conviction out, we're freeing a man who tried to take matters into his own hands, then covered it up. Your investigation complicated this. You should take responsibility for the outcome. Do we still exile him for murder?
Hier fehlt mir leider die dritte Option, ihn wegen den versuchten Mord anzuklagen. Es ist auch sehr interessant, es wurde gesagt, es ist nicht immer schwarz und weiß und jetzt kriege ich eine schwarz oder weiße Antwortmöglichkeit. Ich hätte lieber die graue Möglichkeit hier unten oder hier oben irgendwie. Ja, er hat technisch gesehen das, weshalb er angeklagt ist, nicht getan. Deswegen lassen sie ihn frei.
It was crazy down there. Life and death. But his shot didn't kill Reynolds. We have to let him go.
You're a bottom line type of person. I hope we don't regret it. All right, so be it. He will do community service for his role in the chaos. But he's a free man. Well, at least we'll have the sordid business behind us.
Aber sonst noch was mit Tan zu besprechen?
Something I can help you with?
Verschollene Archen?
Any more information you can give me on the missing arcs?
No, and that is the distressing part. The Asari, Turian, and Solarian arcs are completely unaccounted for. If they had the same problems with the Scourge that we did, I fear the worst. Should you find any clues, please investigate. Without the other arcs, the promise of the Initiative can never be fulfilled.
Weitere Archen.
Are there any other arcs we should expect?
We had hoped Quarians would be part of the first wave. But before departure in 2185, we got word they had technical problems with their ship. It seems they're also bringing along Drell, Hanar, and other species as well. Managing all of their biological needs caused complications. We won't see them for some time to come.
Okay, Probleme auf der Nexus?
Sounds like the Nexus has had a rough time of it.
Publicly, I would say we're more than up for the challenge. Privately, I can tell you it's been a disaster. The Scourge killed hundreds, many of them our senior leadership. Even the founder of the Initiative, Gian Garson, is dead.
Können Sie, also nochmal auf die Quarianer zu sprechen kommen, können die Quarianer es sich eigentlich erlauben, so viele ihrer Spezies auf eine Mission zu schicken, wo sie sehr wahrscheinlich nie wieder zurückkommen werden? Naja, auf jeden Fall. Gian Garson tot?
How did Jean Garson die?
With the rest of the leadership. When the Nexus hit the Scourge, a large wing of stasis pods was destroyed. They were killed instantly. These people traveled 600 years and died before they even woke up. Jean Garson never glimpsed Heleuse. She never saw her vision realized.
Geiselkatastrophe?
Kandros mentioned something about hitting the Scourge. How did it play out?
Criminal elements took advantage of the emergency and preyed on people's fears. An uprising followed. We had no choice but to turn to the Krogan to deal with them. They crushed the mutiny and the criminals were banished. Exiles, we call them. I doubt we've heard the last of them. They're led by an outlaw, Sloane Kelly. She used to be one of ours.
Sloane Kelly.
Who is this Sloane Kelly?
She was head of security on the Nexus. She opposed the uprising at first, but eventually turned traitor and joined them. Misguided sympathy for the plight of the common citizen? Nonsense. They posed a direct threat to our existence.
Wo sind die Kroganer?
There don't seem to be many Krogan around.
Good riddance. The Krogan demanded a greater say in political matters. The last place you want them involved. They're muscle, nothing more. Good for fighting and lifting heavy objects. When they didn't get what they wanted, they left.
Abneigung gegen Kroganer.
Why don't you like the Krogan?
It's common knowledge that they are a violent, ignorant species. Long ago, they waged nuclear war on one another. Their planet was decimated. My people tried to uplift them, but the Krogan could never tame their worst instincts. What if they bring their tempers to Andromeda? We'll all be dead.
Die Andromeda-Initiative.
What more can you tell me about the Initiative?
It represents the greatest migration ever attempted. No one had ventured beyond the Milky Way before. We've all left home in search of freedom, fortune, perhaps a new beginning. We are the bravest souls each species has to offer. I hope the Nexus will serve as the seat of government for us all.
Ursprünge der Initiative.
What do you know about the early days of the Initiative?
As most everyone knows, Jean Garson's vision made it happen. She was an entrepreneur on Earth. Wealthy. Young for a human. Garson had the idea for the initiative in the early 2170s, I believe. Many thought leaving the Milky Way was impossible. But she persevered. And as with most great ideas, the doubters were wrong.
Ich habe auch irgendwie so ein Gefühl, also wir können ja mit anderen Rassen kommunizieren, weil unser Omnitool ein Übersetzungstool auch ist. Deswegen, die sprechen nicht alle Englisch, die sprechen auf ihrer eigenen Rassensprache. Und das Omnitool tut es halt in Echtzeit übersetzen. Und ich gehe auch davon aus, weil es doch schon ein bisschen merkwürdig ist, dass selbst Aliens menschliche Jahreszahlen verwenden, dass das Omnitool eine automatische Übersetzungsfunktion hat beziehungsweise Berechnungsfunktion für Daten hat. Das heißt, wenn halt jetzt 2170er Jahre, ist wahrscheinlich eine ganz andere Epoche bei den Salarianern. Aber das Omnitool tut es direkt in unsere Zeitspanne übersetzen. Motivation für die Reise.
Why do you think most people came?
There are thousands of reasons. One for every colonist here. What does any pilgrim seek? Usually, happiness. Finding the thing that eludes them. The thing to fulfill them. While we cannot promise they will find it, we can facilitate the search.
Völker auf der Nexus.
It looks like a melting pot around here.
The Nexus is home to several initiative species. Many came ahead of the Arks. The hope is that this station will one day serve as the governing body in Andromeda. Though I'm not sure what they were thinking, lumping Krogan into the mix. As a Solarian, my kind tend to have a low opinion of them. Nothing I've seen here has changed that.
Andere Fragen. Tänzfunktion.
As director of the Initiative, are you in charge around here or what?
If the others would allow me, they don't see me as the rightful successor.
Stillstand.
So how does anything get done?
In theory, Kesh handles the Nexus's physical operations, Kandros runs the militia, and Addison manages colonial affairs. I oversee all of it. In practice, we argue, debate, and yell at each other until a decision is made. If we're lucky. It is maddening.
Warum zweifeln Sie?
What's their problem with you?
I am not Gian Garson. Our founder was charismatic, eccentric, larger than life. Traits I cannot hope to mimic. She and her inner circle perished in the Scourge, some at the hands of the Exiles, some never made it out of stasis. I was deputy assistant for revenue management. Then all 7 leaders above me died. I was next in line for the role.
Ertragsmanagement?
So, you're an accountant?
Don't let that fool you. We are all capable of more than we know. When I was young, I was fascinated by the idea of exploring space. Life had its detours, and I went a different direction. Then I heard about the Initiative, and saw my chance to try the path not taken. While I may not be setting foot on new worlds, my authority can ensure that you do.
Right. Sorry.
Andere Fragen und Lebensfähigkeit von Planeten.
What do I need to consider in making a planet viable?
Assuming the planet supports life, an outpost is critical. People like a roof over their heads, and you'll want to eliminate any hostile threats. Whether that's the cat or other terrors lurking in Heleus, colonists being murdered on sight can be discouraging. Also, scouting and mapping terrain is a priority for any Pathfinder. And don't forget forward stations. You'll want those.
Aufklärungsposten.
What can you tell me about forward stations?
I was afraid you'd ask. It's mostly what the engineers tell me. A forward station allows mining, equipment repairs, and resupply for field teams. I mean, who wouldn't want that?
Auf Wiedersehen.
That's all. Thanks for your time.
My pleasure. I see great things in our future.
Ja, viel Informationen, die wir jetzt gerade gekriegt haben. Da hatten wir ja richtig Glück gehabt. Ja, da haben wir richtig Glück gehabt, dass wir nur unseren Pathfinder verloren haben und nicht mehr. Ah, okay. Dieses mit Steuerung irgendwo hochklettern ist schon ein bisschen irritiert teilweise. Nexus 01. Mit ihr kann ich nicht sprechen. Sprechen wir doch mal mit Edison. Wladimir Brecker. Wladimir Brecker.
Please address concerns first with Director Addison. One must obey protocol.
Okay. Edison.
You've shaken things up, Pathfinder. My department actually has colonial affairs to direct. And you have new tools to help grow the initiative. AVP, ready for spending.
Erzählen Sie mir davon?
Sam said there was new functionality to discuss.
It's how the initiative was designed to support the Pathfinder. You and your team are out there making Andromeda viable. That empowers all of us. Hit a threshold. A new cryo group can be brought out. Want more focus on research, like on prodromos? That's your call. Brecker will introduce the interface and handle minutiae. All you need to do is decide what life in Andromeda means. No pressure.
Gut. Dann hier Wladimir Brecker.
Hello, Pathfinder. I am Cryo Deployment Administrator Vladimir Brecker, C-63 Galati. Your first task is to decide irrevocably the course of every life in the initiative.
You're kidding?
Yes, of course. But now you respect what we're doing. Andromeda viability and Nexus thresholds are your tools, your reward, and our future. How can I help?
Andromeda Lebensfähigkeitspunkte.
What's the rundown on AVP?
Much of the preparation in the Milky Way was determining how to measure success. Thresholds are about capacity, but this is about cost, what we can actually afford to support. Points aren't the most elegant system, but it makes it clear. The more you earn, the more we can deploy.
Nexus Grenzwerte?
How are you measuring thresholds?
It's based on resource estimates and the general stability, a metric of acceptable scope and risk. The more you achieve, the greater capacity we can accommodate, the more the initiative can do for you. Simplest explanation, the more you do, the more room we have to grow.
Blöcke von Leuten aufwecken.
So I decide what groups to wake up. Won't everyone be out eventually?
Absolutely, but there's an order to things, a lines of support. You can't deploy an omelet without first deploying eggs, and eggs won't get you steak. Except it's people, and how all our lives begin.
Was kommt zuerst?
All right, Brecca. Where do I start?
The interface is active and will respond only to a Pathfinder. It's ready for your first selection. You may begin shaping the initiative at your leisure.
Okay, ALP-Statuskontrolle. Schauen wir mal, Wissenschaftspots. Diese aufgrund ihrer jahrelangen Felderfahrung und Findigkeit in Drucksituationen ausgewählten Wissenschaftler können die Forschungs- und Rohstoffgewinnungskapazität der Initiative rasch verbessern. Verteidigungspots. Armeeveteranen aus allen Teilen der Milchstraße engagieren sich mit ihrer Kampfausbildung und ihrer Überlebensfähigkeit in der Wildnis von Andromeda. Handelpots. Der Handel ist das Rückgrat jeder Zivilisation. Diese talentierten Händler und Unternehmen nutzen ihre Kontakte zur Beschaffung seltener Objekte, für finanzielle Investitionen oder zur Verbesserung der Inventarverwaltung. Wissenschaftler, weil ich bin eher Labortechniker oder Minenlager. Okay, da gibt es auch noch mal was. Schauen wir mal, was haben wir hier? Hat auch wieder Voraussetzungen. Labortechniker beim Wissenschaftsteam der Nexus, die Daten über Heleuse effizienter zu analysieren. Erhalten sie regelmäßig Forschungspunkte. Minenanlage erhalten regelmäßig eine Auswahl an Mineralien. Das wäre vielleicht recht interessant. Das ist einfach nur ein Munition. Erhalte regelmäßig eine Lieferung mit Verbrauchsobjekten. Erhalten regelmäßig organische Materialien. Erhalten sie regelmäßig Tech-Materialien. Enthüllt versteckte Lager rund um eingerichtete Aufklärungsposten. Erhalten sie 50% mehr Credits für Apex-Missionen. 50%. Handelsposten. Verdienen sie durch Investitionen in regelmäßigen Abständen Credits. Bessere Preise beim Kauf und Verkauf von Objekten. Erhöhen der Inventarkapazität. Wir haben noch 13 Platz. Ich werde wahrscheinlich demnächst ein bisschen aufräumen. Ich fange mal mit den Minenanlagen an. So. Nächste Stufe braucht noch 269 ALP. Belohnung einsammeln. Muss ich jedes Mal hier hinlaufen, um mir die Belohnung zu holen. Magnesium, Beryllium und Uran.
Yes, Pathfinder?
Aktuelle Lebensfähigkeit von Andromeda.
How are we doing on the viability front?
Struggling. Need I remind you that viability isn't abstract. It's lives. Our foothold. Get out there, Ryder. Pathfind. We're dying.
Jemand aus dem Kryoschlaf holen.
I have info on a specific sleeper I'd like brought out of cryo.
I want to avoid that entirely. For reasons.
Reasons. That's it?
Look, you're the Pathfinder. If you've a request for your extended team, that's a request you can make. Access the sleeper records through Brecker's console. It's none of my business. Until you make it a problem for me. Understood?
Ich erwecke jede Person. Kann ich schon mal mit dir reden?
Yes, Pathfinder?
Reaktion auf Außenposten.
How has the Nexus reacted to the foothold I've established?
We send them where you signal, because that's where the need is. There's no time for preference.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Director Addison.
Pathfinder.
Ah. Sie hat mich tatsächlich mit Pathfinder angesprochen. Okay. Wrecker?
Pathfinder, AVP leveling continues as per your directions. And of course, the interface remains accessible for any future adjustments. Sweet protocol and process. Now we're living.
Jemanden aus dem Kälteschlaf holen.
I have a specific person I want brought out of cryo.
Name and designation if available.
That's it? You'll just do it?
Nowhere in my job description does it say, argue with the Pathfinder. That said, I record all interactions. If something you ask for causes trouble, there'll be no doubt that you're responsible.
Technikerin Darket Tiavian.
Let's keep this between us. Here's the info.
Deployment will begin shortly. Is there anything else, Pathfinder?
Ihre Geschichte.
Why'd you join the initiative?
I was a teacher. A good life. I could see the positives and negatives right through to the end.
You did the math and it said come to Andromeda?
No, I just didn't like being able to see the end. Here, I don't have a clue what tomorrow will bring. Feels more like living.
Die Grundlagen. Ah, okay.
How may I assist?
Status der Initiative.
What's your take on the state of the initiative?
Please consult the AVP interface. It has a thorough breakdown of your progress.
And your personal opinion?
Your progress thrills me. Make my job obsolete, Pathfinder. I dare you.
Auf Wiedersehen.
Another time.
Pathfinder.
Dann schaue ich gerade mal, ob hier vielleicht noch irgendwas ist, bevor ich nochmal runter zur...
Pathfinder, do you have just a minute?
Ja.
Hi. The documentary's going great. Your comments really got people talking. By the way, Tan called us in for a talk about staying on message.
Is everything okay?
Oh, fine. And much less interesting than what you've been up to. Scientists are excited about your new outpost, though there are questions about how prodromos can survive where Sites 1 and 2 failed.
Ich habe den Weg bereitet.
My team and I surveyed Eos thoroughly and even stopped the storms. The rest is up to the outpost, but the old threats are gone.
Hopefully they can handle any new ones. Facing those risks must be stressful. How do you relax between missions?
Verbringen Zeit mit Sie zuerst. Ich gehe an die Bar intensiv. Beobachte die Sterne. Verbringen Zeit mit meinem Team.
My crew and I take downtime together. We're a team.
This is history too, these little moments between. Shots of this remnant tech, some narration, that completes an episode. Thanks for stopping.
Okay, das nächste Interviewslot warten. Hier haben wir niemanden mehr. Mariette.
I can't believe it. You're free. Oh, Pathfinder, we have you to thank.
Yes. I'm glad you did the right thing, Ryder.
Übertreiben Sie es nicht.
You'd better live a clean life, Nilkin. Or else.
What? What does she mean by that, love?
I'll tell you later. Let's just get home.
Gut. Gehe ich gerade mal hinten noch bei Cash reinschauen. Ah, Track ist hier auch.
343. Wait, what? You've been keeping count? Rushan, that's not funny.
Gut, dann Kreatur, da ist eine Kreatur. Das sieht aus wie eine riesige Zecke.
Pathfinder, I believe you found the culprit responsible for the power shortages.
Einfangen.
Alert Professor Herrick to come secure it.
Okay. Eine riesige Zecke gefunden. Aber dann mache ich hier gerade mal eine Pause. Nach dem Schock mit der Riesenzecke. Und wir sehen uns in der nächsten Folge. Bis dann. Tschüss.